Alright, so funny story. My controller finally got here, but I forgot to do a mic check before I started recording Dead Cells Part 6, so what you're hearing right now has been recorded well after the actual video was recorded, because there was no commentary, because I OBS detected my controller as a mic and picked up nothing from my actual mic. So now I am recording this in post. But, there's nothing too important going on right here. I think I was just testing out the controls, testing out the controller. I was saying, like, I'm sure you've noticed from the interface that I'm now using a DualShock 4 instead of a DualShock 3 that was used to emulate an Xbox 360 controller through a third-party plugin, but yeah, so I'm just running around the lobby. I couldn't figure out how to attack before I realized, oh, right, I'd picked up the upgrade that allows you to get a random weapon at the start of the run, and I hadn't picked up that weapon yet. So there was the blood sword. And I grabbed it. Or did I? Yeah, now I grabbed it. But then I decided, maybe I'll start the run with a daily challenge before I go on to the actual first floor. So yeah, and then I went on in here, and the dude said, "Seems being cursed isn't all bad." And I decided to go with the axe, since it seemed more like an actual weapon as opposed to a sub-weapon. Just testing it out, and then I accidentally comboed myself past the starting line, and I was like, oh shit, can't go back to get the rusty sword now. And let me tell you, this axe might be the only weapon that I don't prefer over the starting weapon. Because holy shit, it is slow. Meanwhile, Olkadan, yeah, I am really, like, you can see right now that I was already close to death, and there it is. I'm desecrated. I was only, I was gonna say I was only rank 4,000, but no, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's a daily placement. I think that's like overall placement. So, and then I decided to start the run proper after making sure I still had my blood sword. Just getting used to being back on the saddle after 3 weeks without a controller. Wondering what those yellow cells were from. Later I realized that the yellow cells came from the liposuction item that I picked up. But for a while I was wondering if it came with, like, the new update. And I'm just gonna hang back and watch this footage until I come up with more stuff to say. It's so weird to record post commentary, because I'm usually used to doing my commentary live. I think the last time I recorded post commentary was way back in like 2009 when I was recording Let's Both Play Punch Out with my imaginary friend. Yes, and then I went into the shop, realized I couldn't buy anything, and just ran back. Thankfully, I didn't get any further in this run than the last time. I mean, it sucked when I died, but it's good that I didn't lose the moment of getting past the part where I'd previously died, because that didn't happen. So yeah, I think right after this, right after I finish recording this commentary, I'm gonna get right on recording Danganronpa Part 3. Been looking forward to that all night last night. I was at work last night, just like standing around thinking about how much I'm looking forward to playing more Danganronpa. I'm sure my manager's gonna be pissed because I get paid by the hour and I'm just standing around like, what the hell? But hey, it's worth it. You're worth it. And I think it was around this point that I realized the Bloodsword doesn't really do that much damage. It is not a very good weapon. Like, much like the axe, it might be one of the few weapons that I find worse than the starting weapon. Yeah, and then I found the exit, but I decided to go back to the shop and see what I could grab. Oh, no, wait, right. I came back to this vine thingy before realizing, oh, I had already activated that. Yeah, and then once I realized that I could get the balance blade, I just went right for that. Especially after realizing that it does almost twice the damage of the fucking blood sword. I think I made a joke about how I got the blood sword confused with the blood sword from Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is why I thought it would be a good weapon. Yeah, because in Crypt of the Necrodancer, there are also blood weapons in that game, but they don't make your enemies bleed. They drain their health. Like, after you kill a certain number of enemies with a blood weapon, you recover health, and that, like, the blood weapons are, like, my favorite weapons in that game. So I'm always naturally drawn to the blood sword in this game, despite it being kind of a crap weapon. Alright, so here I'm deciding what to upgrade before I ultimately decide on the katana, but I haven't, or no, not what to upgrade, but what to unlock. So I decided to put all my remaining cells toward the katana, but it's still not enough. But oh, just you wait until I actually unlock the katana. Had a doozy of a time, and that's one of the biggest reasons I'm disappointed that my live commentary wasn't picked up. And as always, I went with the one-up. I bet you thought I was going to say, as always, if you enjoyed this video, no further action is required on your part, etc. But no, that happens in like 20 minutes. And I think it was at this point that I realized, when you're wearing the reverse burglar costume, everything you do makes little jingle bell sounds. And I commented about how amusing that was. Oh right, this is where I realized that the yellow cells were coming from the liposuction item. And I wondered, did the liposuction item come with the new update? I mean, to be honest, I still don't know that. I'll have to look at the wiki later to find out. It's like, I don't know if the update added any items, like, or is it like the Binding of Isaac, where, you know, there are no free major updates. But I think there are free major updates, because like there was that thing last time with the big crossover event from the last update. Yeah, and that elite zombie took off like half my health. I didn't see if I drank the potion just now. I might have. And there I am, just getting the cudgel, deciding to replace my wooden shield with it, because I decided stronger parries were better than bleed damage. Come to think of it, is this actually recording, or did I just squander another 10 minutes of my life? Let's find out. Okay, so it did indeed record. In fact, it put my commentary on a whole new audio track, which is cool, so I don't have to make a new audio track if I ever decide to do this again in the future. Oh, right, and here's where I found that, what was it, the piece of the Philosopher's Stone? That's worth 75,000 gold. You're pretty much set for the rest of your run in terms of money. Yeah, I might take a break from recording in the middle of this, though, just because the video is already, like, close to an hour long, so I don't want to be sitting here for another hour. Like I had just finished recording the video before I realized that my commentary wasn't picked up. So I don't want to be sitting here at my desk for another hour commenting on it. It's like today's my day off. I got like better things to do than dealing with technical issues. It's like I could be working on my own game that I'm making. I'll probably make a video about that later, but yeah, I don't know when. Could be tomorrow, could be a month from now, could be like a month before it's out. I don't know. You don't know. Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts right now when it comes to my game, but hey, I'm not here to make shameless plugs. I'm here to talk about Dead Cells and related games. Oh, right, and this is when I unlocked the katana finally. Decided to see what else I could put my cells toward. I think ultimately I decided on putting it toward Health Flask 3, or Health Flask the Third as I called it. It's so funny how, like, as I'm playing the game, I can, just commit certain parts to my memory and decide that I'm gonna make a funny edit at that point. Like sometimes I'll, I'm sure if you've watched all of my gaming videos in the past, like, month or two, you'll notice that I use the Twisted T-Smack sound effect a lot. I'm just like, so I'm like, sometimes I'll just like think of points where I can just like insert that among other sound effects. Like last episode of Dead Cells, I don't know if I specifically wanted to use Ed, Edd, and Eddy sound effects when I first got the broadsword, but I was like, yeah, oh yeah, this weapon is worthy of many sound effects throughout the video. Right, and this is where I finally get to see the katana in action. And at first I'm just abusing the dash, or I think at some point I was just like, the katana be like, Alpha Bredo! And yeah, So yeah, right now I'm just playing around with the katana, seeing what it can do. But yeah, like I think at this point I was already super digging it. Yeah, I think this was the point where I realized, oh yeah, this weapon might give the broadsword a run for its money. And it's like, which is really conflicting because the broadsword was already far and away my favorite weapon when I first got it. But now I'm like, ah shit, I've already discovered a weapon that might be better than the broadsword. How do I pick and choose? It's like that would be a legitimately tough choice, I think, if I were ever to run into the decision between whether to take the broadsword or the katana. I'm like, fuck, I don't know which one I want to get. Oh, and here I stupidly fall down a hole because I thought there was something down there. Which isn't even the first time that's happened, because I'm a fucking idiot. And here I realized that you can take out the sword zombies, I mean the shield zombies, with the katana's dash. It's like, yeah. I think that only further cemented its position in my top 2 weapons. Right, and here I found the heavy crossbow and considered taking it until I realized it takes up both weapon slots, so I'm just like, nah, maybe next time. Maybe when I don't have a weapon as good as the katana. And here I finally discovered, oh, you can move the camera around. So I used that to look for any bottomless pits, because I didn't want to make a fool of myself for the second time in one video. You know, I don't know why I'm worried about that, since I make a fucking fool of myself multiple times per video. Oh yeah, and I was talking about how a katana that launches bombs when you swing it is a really good combination, because it's like a 2-for-1 special. The initial button press tosses the bomb, and then you hold that shit and dash toward the enemy, take them out while they're still in hit stun. Because like the dash just does so much fucking damage. Like okay, if the broadsword is a falcon punch, then the katana's dash is like the knee of justice. It's as much damage as a falcon punch, but for a fraction of the startup time. Right, and I think here, when I was picking what mutation to go with, I decided, hey, since I'm up against the boss, a brutality mutation wouldn't make much sense, since there are no enemies to kill. So instead I went with what doesn't kill me, since that depends on parrying, which I decided I would try to do against the boss right now. And there he is. So, I fumble a little bit trying to use the katana against the boss, since even though it does just a shit ton of damage, it doesn't reach very far at all. So I gotta get real up close and personal to hit the boss with it, which isn't good because the boss reaches pretty damn far. See, I'm like he's dead, like. I haven't even gotten him down to half health, and I'm already close to dead. But thankfully, I've got potions, and my 1-up So I just keep on trucking, you know, quaff my flask. But yeah, he's just beating the shit out of me. And yeah, I just barely survived by the skin of my dick. And yeah, even after quaffing the flask, I'm still close to dead, but thankfully I was able to parry that last attack. You know, I'm throwing infantry grenades for my life, even though infantry grenades don't do that much damage. But, you know, got to do what I can from the distance that I have to work with. But yeah, you know, now I've got him on the ropes. I don't realize that at this point in the video, of course, though, because, yeah, see, like, I didn't even realize that I had killed him. Like, I thought I was dead as soon as I lost control of my character. But, yeah, I was able to just barely win without resorting to my one-up. Picked up that blueprint for the heavy crossbow, which, you know, I thought I had already found that weapon, but maybe unlocking the blueprint just means you can buy it from the shop. I don't know. But yeah, I decided not to go with the assassin's dagger, because even though it's a good weapon, it is, in my opinion, you know, decidedly not as good as the katana. Yeah, and here I'm debating whether or not to give the blacksmith any of my cells. And then I ultimately decide to. And I'm just wondering why the hell can't I open the door? So I decide to talk. No, wait. Yeah. I try to disobey the sign, but then I realize, maybe if I talk to the collector, it'll open. And it did. So then I give myself a much-needed recharge. I think my exact words were, "Beheaded needs health badly." Yeah, and then I just check that lower floor to see if I can go there yet, and then I realize I can't. I probably need like some kind of like late game Castlevania style inverted jump. I don't even, sky uppercut bullshit. Yeah, and then here I find the blueprint for Heart of Ice, which I later, I mean, yeah, I'll talk about that when I get to it, but and here I am once again trying to attack enemies through the wall. I mean, in my defense this time, though, I didn't think that, like, I thought breaking that wall meant it was gone and not just that it was reduced to, you know, a pixel of wall. See, like that wall right there that I didn't realize was a fake wall. I decide that I'm back in defense mode, go with survival upgrades instead of brutality upgrades. And then it's around this level that I find out the hard way that, yeah, maybe using the dash attack every time isn't the best strategy, because, you know, some guys can easily hit me before I get my dash attack out. But, you know, I play it strategically, get some nice nice looking kills in, get the key. And Right. This is where I came to the decision, like, damn. Do I want the katana or do I want the broadsword? Because they're both such good weapons. Picking between them is like picking between my children. It's like, you know, like, it's like that meme, you know, weapons and Dead Cells are like my children. I can't pick a favorite. Earlier that day, I don't particularly care for the blood sword. Right, and here I fall for the same trick for the second fucking run in a row. Yeah, and that elite zombie dropped the blood sword, but I decided to just leave it in the depths of hell where it belongs. You know, especially since I've... I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but especially since I've got the katana. And I realized having the katana while doing that Naruto run, it's like maximum ninja energy. I mean, Santa Claus, one could argue that Santa Claus is the world's greatest ninja. And you know, Santa Claus being the world's greatest ninja might just be why Big Boss still believes in Santa, because it's like yeah, Big Boss has seen some shit. He has every reason to believe Santa Claus exists. Yeah, maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days I should record Metal Gear Solid 5. I played it several years ago on a much older computer, but I think, yeah, it was even without recording and playing on the lowest settings, like it was still pretty choppy, so I never bothered. But I think with this computer and, you know, several hours of gameplay experience under my belt, I think I could make a pretty good MGS5 playthrough. Oh wow. Already at the clock tower. Of course I say already, but the timer says 20 minutes, so... Yeah, you tell me. Did I get to the clock tower fast or no? It's like I was trying to get there fast, but maybe I didn't. Especially considering I didn't make it to any of the speedrun doors. If I remember correctly, looking at the Dead Cells wiki, the clock tower's like less than halfway through the game. It's like, Jesus Christ. How hard is the game going to be toward the end? So here, I think I'm going to be looking back at this particular video a lot so that I can study the enemies in the clock tower, because I think I could learn quite a bit from watching this footage, much like how I made such a huge improvement from the first episode to the second, because I kept rewatching the first episode before I recorded the second one, so I did way better on the second level, whatever it's called, like the Promenade of the Condemned, I think it's called. Yeah, I actually don't know anything about the Dead Cells lore. It's like, you know, if I didn't have the wiki handy, like, I wouldn't even know the names of half the shit in Dead Cells. Like I didn't even know the protagonist's name, the Beheaded. Right. And I think this is where it all went to shit. Because, see, yeah, those birds took me by surprise. This is the first time since my very first run that I've gotten those birds from the treasure chest. And yeah, they exhausted my 1-up, so now I'm just... So now I'm running around with no 1-up and no potions. Here, yeah, I just found a shit ton of cells, and I'm like, oh, please let this be the exit. It's not the exit. I think my initial reaction might have been a little more dramatic than that, but yeah, I mean, we'll never know for sure, because OBS didn't pick any of it up, and I'm fucking dead. Anyway. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then no further action is required on your part, but suggestions on what you want to see next from me are appreciated. This is a variety channel, so I am open to all manner of topics, formats, and media, and I'll see you all later.